So now welcome in Mr. Kalyana Rama, who's joining us from Container Corporation of India. Mr. Rama, after a weak start in Q1 and tepid macro trends continuing, how have things been on the EXIM and domestic side in July, August so far? Your earlier aim of about 10 to 12% volume growth this year would appear to be challenging, and moderating it to about 8 to 10%. Would that seem more in tune with current circumstances?
Yeah, it will be a challenging thing, but we are not changing our guidance because we are working on some new things. See, what the economy is not doing well, that has been now, but government has announced certain measures. So let's see how that takes the turn, economy, how it picks up. Meanwhile, we are working on some transportation of commodities in bulk, in containers, in domestic market. That will be a big one once it takes off. As other side, we are working on coastal shipping. See, on the west coast, we already are running our services regularly, and it is very popular now. And we are connecting east coast to Bangladesh, Chittagong very soon. All the homework is completed, and now it's just another few weeks. The service will start from Krishnapatnam to Chittagong. So that will add some volumes to us. So as of now, yes, I accept that the things are challenging, but at this moment I am not giving any change in the guidance, and I will wait for my second quarter complete and then see how these new initiatives are lining up, and then we will take a call, and we will definitely come out with our new guidance figures if at all it is required.
Okay. Fair enough. So you're not as of now changing the guidance, but your single price approach at the start of the year with no mid-year hikes, that enhances the predictability and ease in planning by customers. Based on the kind of conversations that you had with them, what kind of volume recovery are you penciling in for the second half?
You see, when the going is tough gets going. So now things are tough. So there are some unfair competitions are going on. The people are trying to cut corners and try to give some discounts, which we never do that. So we are able to maintain our market share. But yes, there is improvement in market share. Once the economy picks up, then definitely the customers will see the benefit of our fixed pricing, which we promised for one full year. It's a new initiative. It is very well appreciated. But in the first quarter, it did not give any good numbers increase to us compared to the earlier year. We just maintained our figures as we did in the last financial year. So, because of the economic situation, I am not finding any great traction in that. But once the things start improving with the new measures, let me see. I think I'm hopeful that it may work out.
Right. About the EBITDA margins, do you see them remaining steady in the 24 to 25% range, or could investments and higher depreciation from upcoming assets also weigh in heavy here?
You see, I don't give the figures for the current quarter, as I mentioned earlier also, but looking at the guidance figures, as I mentioned to you, I'm not changing the guidance figures. So that gives a clear indication how we are looking at margins. And in the first quarter, definitely the volume, there is no increase. We maintain the same volumes, but our margins are higher. Our profit, PAT, has increased by 9.3%. So that shows that our margins are very healthy. That is where I'm telling you we are not cutting corners. So we are maintaining our service levels, and the customers who are with us are with us. They are not going for those, the services where people are some sort of shortcuts and trying to give some discounts to somehow keep afloat in this market. So that always happens in such market, in these tougher conditions of the economy, and because we are the service industry. So these things do happen with the small players trying to keep afloat themselves. They will try to do something which is unhealthy. So I think that will stop. It can't continue for long.
Sure. Your new revenue streams such as coastal shipping, distribution, logistics and higher monetization of multimodal logistics parks as well should be contributing meaningfully from this year as you evolve towards an end-to-end logistics solutions provider. What kind of revenue contribution estimates are you working with on these fronts and the kind of scale-up plans that you may have for the same? I understand you can't talk exact figures, but just a direction nonetheless and a ballpark figure if you could give us.
See, coastal shipping will definitely give some sort of revenue numbers to us in this year because the services got stabilized on West Coast and now we are, as I mentioned, starting on East Coast, and also we are working on certain things of bulk transportation for certain entities, which we will be announcing as and when the contracts are finalized. Before that, I may not be able to share with you that. Because in coastal, we are not limited to only containers. In coastal, we will be doing bulk, break bulk and containers, all three. Whereas on rail mode, we limit ourselves to only container thing. And regarding MMLP, whatever we started, we are able to utilize them and the commercial exploitation is very good. So these, I always mention that the capitalization of our assets is immediate and we cater to all those financial parameters of depreciation and other things. And then only we are increasing our margins. That shows that the assets whatever created are being utilized very well. So we keep monitoring that because in these discussions it's very difficult to explain each and one by one. Otherwise the asset utilization is as per the design and as per the plan. Regarding distribution logistics, this year it will be giving only a direction. There may not be great revenue numbers from distribution logistics. That will be from next financial year. We will be adding very good numbers from distribution logistics because in addition to the distribution logistics, we are also working on coming out with some FTWZ and some sort of commodity exchanges. We are working on these things, and once they fructify, I will be definitely sharing these things with the market.
Okay, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us that candidly.